You know what? I'm just saying.
How far medicine has come.
You know, when you got
And
your
how
leg
much we
amputated.
still wanna fight each other.
Yeah, there was some population control there, though.
Is that rolling?
Let's go.
Sweet.
You know,
Sweet as
yeah.
candy.
I'm just saying, you know, the population control situation was well in hand when we were just cutting off folks' legs. You know?
It must have helped.
Absolutely.
It must have helped.
The whole anesthesia, too. They're like, how do you do anesthesia? And it just was like, you. Hold them down, you know?
Oh, God. You know,
And that was it.
If someone had to operate on my getaway sticks, though, I would not want it on a battlefield way back then. That would be horrifying.
Oh, my God, right?
What are they even using as a tourniquet? I mean,
They had a thing. They had like a piece of,
A
you know,
thing.
a thing. You know,
they're
it's a
probably using
tourniquet.
hemp.
Yeah,
hemp
absolutely.
textiles
Absolutely.
back then.
It wasn't strong material, and you know it was covered in blood, right?
I don't want a tourniquet made unless it's American Apparel, like maybe an old T-shirt.
It's got to be the right materials, 100% organic cotton. You know, I don't want it to chafe my legs, right? But the whole idea was like you know, they wanted to do the procedure fast, so the best surgeon was able to chop a leg in like 30 seconds. You know, and there was
I
three
wonder if they
different
repurposed
knives.
like lumberjacks. They're like, get the strongest lumberjack to be our leg chopper in the medical
Just
unit.
fucking saw this guy's leg right off, please, as fast as you can. He's in dire pain.
Saws. They'd be like, what technology do you speak of? Saws.
It was pretty incredible.
You mean
though.
axe this guy's leg off?
That would be an impressive feat, just like one solid chop through.
I mean, I would want that.
But think about executioners. That's why they made the guillotine, because you know, you couldn't chop through a head. This is also very bizarre that this is the first thing we're talking about, is like chopping off legs, chopping off heads, like executing
This is your
people.
circus.
Yeah.
You're the one who picked that topic.
I guess. We were continuing the conversation. You know, we had started off mic, right?
I think you were continuing your prior interest in World War, Civil War, and World War horrifying imagery, facts.
Listen, I'm just into amputees. I don't know what to say. Actually,
So
that was
this friend you went with.
Yeah.
That said you were woke.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
How well do you know this person?
We've seen each other very infrequently over the last couple of years. She was a friend from
So she hasn't had the pleasure to see how
the
you've
growth,
matured.
the growth of it, right? Actually, I'm not ready to get deep diving, but I said something fairly
Why
insulting.
not?
I said something fairly insulting to her
Okay.
back in the day, and I've always held. And funny enough, it was very me being unwoke, and I held on to that. And it's
You recognized it at the time, or she reminded you before this
no,
universe
not at all. It's something that later on I was like, man, that was a shitty thing to say, you know. But you know, I think that's what's going on in this society right now. Is when you're younger and you're not fully woke, you say some stupid fucking shit, right? Because you think it's funny. Because it's funny.
Well,
You're
yeah.
not, you know, and then
or you just don't know better.
you don't know
You're not
better.
trying to be funny. You're just
yeah, well, you're just trying to be funny,
ignorant.
right? Your ignorance is funny though, right? Like,
sure can be.
Being the resident 20-year-old,
Can I,
21-year-old, I totally agree.
What is the thing you said?
I said I'd rather be short than black.
Okay.
That's not good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was rough.
Is she short or black?
She's black, yeah. She's
Okay.
black. And we were just, it was like
How did she
tit
take
for
it at
tat.
the time?
It was tit for tat. She didn't like react, but I got a big guffaw from the room, you know what I mean? Because it was just like a snap, kind of like bam. And I said it and I was like, and then, you know, I had to continue leaning into it because I said the thing, right? It got the laugh.
Yeah, as protecting yourself goes at the time.
But-
But this was a pre-woke audience that still
Oh man, yeah, this
went,
was like 2007, you know. You say that shit now, you're like, fuck you. You know, somebody'd get up and like sock me in the jaw for that one, you know.
Did she attack your height? And it was just like a...
Well, that was the thing, we were bantering, you know, just some light college kid banter. And you know, we that's what I'm saying, you know, when you're at that age, you have no boundaries. You don't have the boundaries that you have now where you
I had
realize
some boundaries at that age, but I can
Are
see
you trying to say
you're
you
not
never
having
say that?
boundaries. No, of course I've said stupid ass shit, of course.
But yeah, no, I felt like back in the day I definitely said a lot more inflammatory things than I say now.
yeah.
You know.
How'd you reconnect with this person after all this time?
Really good friends with one of my best friends, Tom. And I've known him. I've been roommates with him.
Any chance Tom is extremely short to
No. He's a
somehow round out this
big burly
situation?
doctor, big burly hairy doctor. He's getting married, so we went to the bachelor party.
I'd rather be big and burly than a doctor.
Then a doctor.
For
Why not
sure.
both? He's got the best of both worlds.
Bear or a medical doctor? I'll take bear.
I had a doctor visit the other day, and I was watching two doctors interact, and I was like, I couldn't just on that level, you know what I mean? Just the way they're.
Oh, are they using jargon?
Yes, the jargon. It's all the jargon, right? It's the jargon. Just say blood. You don't have to say hemoglobin, you know?
Right.
Just, you know.
Well, have you considered a biopsy, or
Right.
have we?
And they're like trying to talk around me like I don't understand everything they're saying. But it's like any field like that, like lawyers, you know, they talk in a way that's, you know, the secret language.
Sure.
Right?
Intentional barriers to entry.
But
It was about your health?
yeah.
Fucking shitty doctors.
No. They were, you know, it was a student doctor, and they could tell that I understood, so they weren't really talking around me. It was just like, you know. But I definitely would like to be a bear.
Well, that's still an option to you. You just got to rub Rogaine on your chest.
No, I can't. I'm a twink. I'm a little pixie guy. You know what I mean?
You're rocking some facial hair, so this seems like a stretch to me.
Oh, you're right. I gotta have no facial hair, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Maybe I'm in betweener. I don't know what they are.
So it's actually amazing that you were able to reconnect with this person, have a good moment after all that time.
But see, she is a very just open person. You know what I mean? I'm the person who's gonna hold on to that fucking shitty thing I said for 10 years. She's gonna be like, oh, you said what? Oh, I don't even remember. Like, I could bring that up. She's like, oh, you said that? You know? Some people have the ability to let that roll off, and others are gonna hold on to that.
Did you get into it?
About that?
Yeah.
No. We didn't even discuss it.
Was it on your mind?
Of course it was on my mind.
Were you being extra woke because of your prior unwokeness?
No, but that's a good thought and an evil thought. But no, I don't think so. I think I was just trying to be me. I mean, it's not like it was on my mind the whole time.
Just 75% of the time.
Just like most of the time. No, it wasn't. It really
Hey,
wasn't.
whatever. You're repenting for your sins.
It just felt nice that, like, you know, I'm still me. I'm not really I don't really like change myself, you know, like that. But I definitely felt that
we all have only so many genes. But...
chameleon-esque moments.
How was I.O.?
It was good.
Improv.
It was fun.
Have you like watched that a lot?
I like improv. I had a friend there though that just can't stand improv. He's like, improv is the lowest form of comedy. And it's funny because he was laughing. Like, he was clearly enjoying moments of it, but he was so hating deeply on it that it was like, I don't think you can't laugh really hard and then be like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to.
Yeah, I find that to be a little bit weird.
You know?
He was recognizing the truth in
Right.
what was being portrayed.
Yeah, but it still was, you know.
Is that person funny?
Yeah, he's real funny.
Okay.
In a weird, quirky, like, nerd gamey sort of way, which I love and I'm incredibly endearing to me.
Yeah, all I'm hearing is not funny. No I'm kidding.
See, the weird thing is if like people actually do listen to this, like people will recognize that I'm talking about them. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be like, oh man.
Yeah, well, let's cross that bridge when we come to
Sure,
it.
of course.
If
I just
this guy
finally
can take 5 minutes off the Xbox to listen to what we have to say. I consider that a victory.
Right. Oh my God, you actually listen to the full thing? That'd be hilarious, right?
Hey, shout out. Never met you, but can't wait. Sounds like you're a laugh riot. Go to I.O. shit on the whole thing.
Right, people performing, and it was there was one guy in particular who definitely, there's always a performance, and you could tell the one person, like, that person's got it. That person's got their fucking shit together. You know what I mean?
How many of those folks had it? I.e., should be moving over to Second City.
One person had it.
Out of how many?
Out of 5. You could tell there was the veteran guy who was
It's like a
leading
basketball team.
Yeah.
There's one good player.
Yeah. There was a veteran that was definitely like the ringleader who had, like, been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
That was his kind of his home turf. But there was the one guy who was definitely the star of the show.
I want to let you know this is a really thinly veiled way for you to get us to do improv here. I know that's what this is all leading toward.
I mean, I wasn't gonna. I was just gonna like throw it out there and see how it happened.
Just remember yes and.
I'm gonna have to crack jokes, and then you're gonna start hitting a bell every time I need a new punchline.
Yeah, well, I know
throw a new tag on there.
I know young Austin, has got a bunch of characters and voices locked in that big thick body of his, so
Well,
don't put me to it.
You got to have some voices, some masks.
Masks.
Let's go back to this doctor thing. I know you're trying to also tap dance around that issue.
Jesus, man, you're really focusing on me right now. I think
we're both focusing on you.
Why? You are. You're both looking at me very intensely.
Ask me something. I'll back up.
I got nothing. I don't really care about you at all, James.
Haven't been to the doctor in a while.
Yeah, well, maybe you should worry about that. How about the dentist?
Also need to do that.
I don't do those things.
I think about a year ago.
Yeah.
I started going to a new dentist actually for the first time, and I've learned wildly subjective dental work. Yeah, 5 cavities, go to another person. Yeah, you're good.
You're fine.
It depends whether they need a boat, I've learned.
Yeah. Generally, Randy, obsessed with her teeth, she'll go for the Groupon cleaning.
Matt's partner.
And she
Wait, Groupon?
Groupon has like dental cleanings,
Shit.
and she loves
They're really
it.
scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Let's
Show everyone a good time.
Right.
You know, we want people to associate Groupon with fun times like, you know, the
Get your
dentist.
fucking teeth cleaned.
Karaoke and dentist. all in
But
one day.
the deal is once they come in there for the cleaning, they're like, oh well, this is a fucking mess in here. We really need to, there needs to be a deep clean and you get some X-rays. So you get that, cheap clean, and they try to reel you in with the more, more procedures and all that stuff.
So they give you some free fluoride, but then they want to drill on session 2.
So bottom line, don't fucking trust dentists, man. They're all shysters.
Never have, never will.
Shysters. Can I say shysters? I don't know. Is that like one of those protected words now?
I couldn't tell you.
Also, don't ask me how long it's been since I've been to the dentist.
I didn't.
7 years.
I didn't.
It's been 7 years.
I was trying to talk about my dental experience, and somehow we're talking about your Groupon again.
Back to me, James. This is terrible.
So when was the last time you were at the doctor before
No.
these two doctors
we're
were
talking about
over
your
you?
new dentist.
Sure.
I'm going to talk over you and demand that
Sure.
you talk to me about your new dentist.
He's near retirement. Seriously. They made a comment like I was trying to get an appointment, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's working like odd hours now because he's finishing up."
Sure.
I'm like,
Finishing
what
up.
the fuck? He's finishing up.
You're going to publicly execute him in May.
Something's going on.
Do you think there's some patience left over that he's like, got it, fuck, get that last cavity out of this guy?
I can't tell what's going on. He's got some gray hairs. I think the lease is running out. Beyond that, it's anyone's guess.
Yeah.
I appreciated his honesty though.
Yeah. How'd you find him?
It was the closest dentist to my house, covered by my dental insurance at the time.
Makes sense. Makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Makes complete sense.
Yeah. I don't want a long stumble home when I've had extensive dental work done. That
mouthful of-
Novocaine, trips me up. So I got to be able to get home quick without too many temptations. Actually, the way you should choose a dentist is there shouldn't be anything good to eat on the way home from that dentist. If you like pass a McDonald's or something.
Or you should just have somebody able to drive you so that you can, don't have to walk yourself home like some sort
We
of...
don't all have partners named Randy, Matt, to take care of us.
That's fine, but I mean, you should hopefully have somebody that cares about you enough to make sure that you're not walking yourself home from a medical procedure.
This care in which you speak,
Jesus,
is that something
James.
the state of Illinois provides, or is that a government service?
I'm sure there's some people out there. I wonder if those professional cuddlers are covered by insurance yet.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've seen some of that.
Right?
Would you do that?
No, I have. Would I cuddle somebody for money? Yes. Would I pay somebody to cuddle? Fuck no.
Yeah, we're covered by
Whoa.
insurance.
One way?
Yeah, I mean, I have enough people that love me to cuddle me. I don't need to go pay somebody for that physical affection.
Here, listen to the judgment.
A lot of judgment.
Next, you're gonna tell me that you wouldn't pay someone to massage you.
I paid.
Okay, what's the difference?
I feel like cuddling is intimate, You know what? You're right.
All I'm
not,
hearing is you're popping more bones during your cuddling sesh than you are during your massage sesh.
I mean, yes, cuddling immediately leads to sex. So that's horrible. That's horrible. I shouldn't say that.
not necessarily.
No, it's horrible because I
you
have two
have
children
sex-
that I cuddle, and that's fucked up to say. So
I haven't had kids yet, so this is something I don't understand.
kids, man,
I don't
or
cuddle anyone but my partner, so
yeah, well, it's a different experience.
I'm sure significantly.
Different experience.
I've cuddled friends before, actually.
Yeah. You've all cuddled a friend.
I've cuddled friends. I'm surprised it took so long though for that cuddle thing to happen. It's really just an offshoot of the masseuse industry.
Yes, but I also think it's also part of the getting anything in the world at the moment right now. You have with like Uber this like instant. I don't know if people say instant gratification, but like literally any service you want, you can get like that. And it comes to a certain point that people want not just sex; they want the physical intimacy, right? You want that physical intimacy, and like some people, it's just like they wanna feel loved, right?
Right.
I was watching a Vice thing on it, and as judgmental as I sounded, I'm not really like that. I think it's a fascinating situation, fascinating thing. You know what I mean? I'm definitely whatever you guys all want to do, you do your thing. You know what I mean? That's my philosophy.
Sure.
So if you want to get cuddled by somebody, you want to pay them $40 an hour to cuddle somebody. Hell yeah, do that.
I wonder what the packages look like. Did they go into how the subscription or the pay models work?
I wonder.
Like Big Spoon's one thing, Little Spoon's gonna be extra. It's a whole nother story.
I'm an explicit Big Spoon, so if you're coming here for being a Big Spoon, you're not gonna get that here. Like have profiles. Get the kind of cuddling you like. It's a deep cuddle.
What do you think would be your position of choice or your specialty if you were a cuddler?
That's a hard question. That's a hard question. I know that I'm very warm. I'm like a heater.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a heater. You know, like people enjoy snuggling me because I end up getting like a electric blanket. That's my cuddling nickname, electric blanket. That's what they call me down in the places that they cuddle.
Have you used an electric blanket?
It's been many years, many years.
Yeah.
But I don't need one because I am the electric blanket. I get so warm, you know.
I was trying to see if you were doubling it up, but
No.
really it was. I want to see if you were threatened by them, the presence of them. Hey,
It just
who
gets
bought this Honeywell electric blanket?
What is this doing in here, baby? I can give you this.
It's like you don't even love me.
I'm the John Henry Irons of electric blankets. You know,
Lost. I have no clue what that is.
Steel Driving Man. John Henry Irons, a Steel Driving Man. You know, he goes against
Nope.
the Really?
Is it a movie? Is it a TV show?
It's a tall tale. It's an American tall tale. So John Henry is the steel driving man. You know, it's when the railroads are being made, they drive the sticks in, right? Or the
Stakes.
stakes, I think was what I meant to say. But they're the railroad spikes. That's the word I was looking for. And so there becomes a machine that they invent that is able to do it faster than him. And he's like, no, I'm the best. You know, it's basically a man versus machine story. And he
Shit,
ends
son.
up beating the machine, but he dies at the end, right? It takes everything out of him.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a great story.
Interesting. This seems like it's relevant now with automation coming up. Watson, the IBM thing,
pretty
beating someone
crazy.
in chess.
Beat somebody in chess.
Deep Blue.
Yeah. How about the?
Who's the chess player?
I honestly can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember the chess player. I know exactly what you're talking
Reading
about.
too many
the-
tall tales.
But I just was reading about how the medical AI is recognizing things
As good as doctors.
a little better.
Pretty hilarious,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Something that takes that much school.
Yeah, and you can get a computer to do it for you faster.
What a bummer. I've heard that like actuaries and certain jobs like that are going to be going before like electricians or plumbers.
Absolutely, because it's going to be all things that the imaging, being able to read an image fast. You know what I mean? How fast they can do that.
Data intensive or something that requires.
I know
Imagery.
we weren't supposed to get very political, but there's.
Did we say that?
I don't know. Young Austin was like, "Don't get too political," and I was like, "Okay, I won't."
What are these rules? I want to hear.
But
the rest of the
yeah,
show.
no, there are
Let
no
me write
rules.
this down. I'm gonna
Actually,
write my
whoa,
first
I was
thing
just gonna
down.
do the same thing. I was like, no
No
rules.
politics.
No politics. Oh, I was gonna say.
AI is on the table.
I was gonna say no rules. The first rule of podcast: are there no rules?
Okay.
Well, I'm not writing if you're
This
writing.
is they're already contradicting each other. I got it down. We can
fine.
combine
We'll go
notes here.
later on.
I'll put this in Dropbox or something.
Fine. I'll get. I won't. There is a candidate who is talking very specifically about the new autonomous future and how it is
He won't
literally
be-
around the corner.
Yeah, he won't be famous by the time people are listening to this.
No,
so
no,
let's
no.
not.
He's
discuss
gone,
his
so I
name.
won't even give him credit. Actually, his name is Andrew Yang, and either way, he's a brilliant guy, and I enjoy listening to him. Sorry,
Pretty sure he goes by Andy.
Andy Yang.
No, he doesn't. But
No,
they won't know
he
that
doesn't.
in the future.
It doesn't
they won't
matter.
know
Yeah,
that.
everyone will be like, "Who the he's talking about?" Failed presidential candidate Andrew Yang, or even funnier, President Andrew Yang. Be like, "Wow, these buttholes didn't even know that he was going to win." Wow.
Hey, no one saw that coming.
Yeah, no one. Actually, here you go. Here's a weird aside. Barack Obama. I shot a video when I was in college, and there's a picture of my dorm room, and I had a thing of Obama, and it was a Time magazine cover of it and saying the next president of the United States, right? And so people saw the video and was like, "How did this guy have this thing up there? How did he? The timestamps don't match. What is this going on? You know?" And it's just because, well, I like Barack Obama before he's president, so you know what I mean. But people thought it was
he
like
was a
some spooky
senator
time
here, you know.
traveler, right? Exactly.
From Illinois.
Exactly.
What year are we talking? How ahead of the curve were you?
This was like 2005.
God damn.
I saw him like physically when he was in the Daily Center, and I made him smile, and it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool experience. I was on my way to Union Station.
Did you cuddle his ass?
Oh my God, that's a person I'd pay money to cuddle. You want to think? You know, I said I wouldn't pay money. I'd pay money to cuddle Obama.
In 2006, my econ teacher in high school
Tried to
worked
pay
with
you to
him.
cuddle?
They were lawyers together.
Oh, interesting.
So he was like singing his praises or
Yeah.
discussing him.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. Pretty cool guy.
Who saw that coming? You.
Me, I did actually. Yeah, it was me. I did. I literally
You saw
did.
that coming.
Yeah.
No, he was a hot candidate. And also just an attractive dude.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that's what you meant when you said a hot candidate. I guess, yeah, he had a lot of qualifications. I just thought he was a very attractive man, you know. But anyways, yeah, I actually made him laugh, and then in a separate instance, I've made Michelle Obama laugh.
Separate?
Separate, totally separate.
Let's hear it.
We were in Vail, Colorado, and she was coming down a mountain, and I didn't see
gotta
her.
be fucking
I'm
kidding.
not even joking. I'm not even joking. And I didn't see her coming, and I turned around into her, and I said, "Holy shit!" And she kind of smiled at me as she walked past.
What year?
This was probably they were in office. This was during their second
What?
term. Yeah, the second term.
Secret Service didn't take your knees out?
They were around, but I was talking. It was the first time skiing, so I was talking to the ski instructor, and we were talking actually about how he knew Robin Williams, which was a weird whole other sidetrack.
You're coming across as connected as fuck.
I know. This is stupid. It's just one tangent.
Let me tell my Eddie Van Halen story.
Yeah, please,
story,
please.
if possible.
But I thought that was funny that he's talking about this individual and then this other equal, you know what I mean? It was just very coincidental. So we're having this conversation, and you see there's like a hush in the crowd, and I kind of look around and I'm like, what is going on? Why are people acting weird? And then it's like this path, and you do see two suits come, and then it's like her and the daughters, and I just was like, and then, because there's like the cars coming down. So they pile out, right? And then there's another group of ladies that are following her. And they come out and they're like, which way did she go? And I'm like, she went that way. And she totally went that way. I was like, I felt like I'm not going to keep you on her trail. Like, let her have a vacation.
Well, I mean, at that point, you and Michelle were
We're
very
besties.
close.
She
You were
smiled
very
at me.
close.
You give me a smile, I am yours forever. So, but yeah, that's stupid. I hope we cut this out of this because it sounds very
No, come on. I wasn't trying to bust your balls too much.
No, but it's silly. It's super goofy.
I just can't believe you had a Barack and Michelle Obama in and outside of office story.
It's right. It's definitely a life highlight. I've never seen any other presidents or first ladies before.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Move to Chicago, folks.
Yeah, this was in Colorado, though,
New
which
York
was the
for
funny
Trump.
thing. And then my mother was like, "Where is she? She's here. We gotta find her." It's like, why? Why do you have to find this poor woman? Just let her enjoy her time away from whatever it is that first ladies do.
I understand that. I saw Roger Ebert at a Barnes & Noble once, and I had that feeling. Way less famous than Michelle Obama, but I'm like, this guy needs his time.
Yeah. I'd let him go.
He's trying to crack spines in a Barnes & Noble, not trying to get up in his business.
I just like the idea of him literally just taking random books and just cracking their spines, like, thumbs down, and then walking away.
Movie was better.
Was this before he had the surgical? What I mean?
He was
Like
walking, and he was very, he was vibrant.
Man, that was it.
I must have known on some level he only had so much time left in that state. So
I gotta let him have his time.
He's an awesome dude.
Little do you know, that was his last time in a Barnes & Noble.
Could have been.
He was.
I'm glad I made it count.
He's got a great picture that I always try to replicate of him with his hands going like making a finger gun motion under his, and it like puts his chin in a weird spot.
Yeah.
But I really like that picture. It has nothing to do with him and his career and
no, it does.
But
I mean he's from sort of a print era still, where like they would put him in like a newspaper or a magazine, shitting on or praising certain movies.
I really respected his opinion because he definitely liked movies that you wouldn't expect him to like. And offhand, I can't think of any, but I remember recently reading a review of something, and he really enjoyed. Maybe it was Step Brothers. Don't quote me, but like he enjoyed Step Brothers for what it was, right? Like he could appreciate, a movie for being what it was, which, some people can't, right? Like you get really pretentious about a movie and you're like, this is, what is this shit? Oh, Martin Scorsese shitting on the Marvel Universe.
I heard about that.
I think of
He
it
said
more
they're
as a
not
theme
cinema?
park. Yeah, they're not cinema. I see it more as a theme park. And I love Scorsese, but I really couldn't disagree more,
I can sympathize with him because I don't really watch Marvel movies.
Sure, yeah.
Because a lot of times they're remaking one, and you know the general arc in it. You're just seeing it executed with different CGI. I'm gonna start backing up Scorsese here. I'm gonna play this.
No, I see what you're saying. I see, because it's become this like constant thing, because the popular characters are the popular characters, right? So Spider-Man is one of the biggest money dollar generating hero, of all time. So you want to keep him out there because he generates you more money, which, I get that. So you want to keep rebooting him. But personally for me, I think it's interesting because a lot of the superheroes lend the ability to restart them and do them over again. There's so many of them are timeless. You know what I'm saying? Like,
despite destroying and flattening cities in each movie.
oh my God. Right.
Totally.
Right. Absolutely.
Take things to the extreme. It's
No,
we have no choice but to reboot this one.
Yeah,
Shit.
right. Which is why, what is it? Superman, the Man of Steel, right? Where Superman literally destroys all of Metropolis. And I remember the first time I saw that, there's a scene where Lawrence Fishburne and the people from Day of the Planet are literally running from a building, like falling onto them. And I was like, man, that's very, reminiscent of like September 11th. Like that's not. It's very horrible. It's horrifying. The real repercussions of having these whatever.
That September 11th footage, that'll stay in your memory.
Oh man.
Although you're talking about, you saw this movie before September 11th. You had another prophecy,
No,
right?
this-
Barack Obama-esque. You were able to see into the future.
I did see September 11th coming.
I
and,
just don't like
no
the way
one
that
listened
building is
to
falling.
me.
I do
No
not
one
like the way
listened.
that building is falling.
Yeah.
Something about that is not vibing with
It's
me.
sticking with me. No, this was after. I mean, obviously it was a homage to it. Obviously it was made to make you feel that, But yeah, the idea that they're just destroy everything, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, the last what is it? The end game. Literally, it's like let's destroy the entire universe. That's where they're at right now.
Didn't
right?
see it. Did they really though? Universe?
They're trying. The bad guy. That's his whole shtick. He's like, you know what? Half the universe isn't good enough.
Are we talking like our galaxy, like the Milky Way, or are they like
The universe,
the
pal.
whole cosmos?
The whole cosmos. At this point in that,
Shit.
the Marvel, they're in the cosmos. They're in outer space. They're in the galaxies, right?
Save something for the reboot.
There's no reboot. That's the thing that I appreciate.
There is no reboot.
There is no reboot.
Mark his words, folks.
There is no. Well,
I'll take 2033.
in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's less about a reboot and more about continuing the epic saga, right? That's the point. That's why those movies are so good, is because everything before it matters. You know what I mean? Like,
What did you tweet at Scorsese today? What'd you
I did.
tell him?
You know what? It's not even like that. I think
Just
it's
a
like
video? Sent him a video? Or tell him to suck your balls or something?
Yeah, I just spread my ass cheeks and I sent him a picture of my bone hole and I said, "How cinematic is this motherfucker?" I took it in portrait mode with my iPhone, so hopefully it is a little more cinematic.
I always have a hard time with that. The portrait mode.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Specifically
bending
with
over, taking pictures of your butt,
dick
because I'll
pics
tell you
and-
how to do it later on. I'll show you.
Duct tape and a good friend is my guess on that one.
Duct tape.
What other celebrity encounters?
Oh, not really many. Not really. I'm sure I could dig some up, but I don't.
I mean, if you're going to Vail, Colorado.
I don't want to sound like a fucking asshole.
What?
But too late, am I right, folks?
No.
Am
I want
right?
you to get all your name drops out on day one.
On
here.
day one, so I don't do it again.
Yeah.
No, I'm absolutely. We're gonna have somebody in here and be like, "Yeah, that one time I met Barack Obama," and you're gonna be like, roll your eyes and be like, "This fucking guy again." Those are two of my favorite stories that I met. I didn't meet, but I made both of them smile at me on separate instances.
You can say it. You changed their lives.
I mean, he ran for president shortly thereafter. So.
I don't want to say it helped his candidacy, but it
Saying it
didn't
didn't
seem to
hurt.
fuck him up much.
I mean, I had his poster on my wall, made the man smile, and then he won presidency. I see correlation,
Barrio.
Yeah.
Have you seen any other celebrities, even if you didn't interact or change their lives?
Yes. When I was in LA, I literally ran into one of Christopher Guest, Best in Show. And his name escapes me. He's one of the main players on there. He's been in all of his movies. And we literally ran into each other in a grocery store, in a Jewel in LA. Like, I was walking, I wasn't paying attention because I was in LA and I was all jazzed out of my mind. Like, wow, this air smells fucking amazing, because LA is great. I won't lie. I love it.
The air in LA being complimented.
You heard me. And I literally ran into him, and he was like, a little taller than me, and he kind of gave me this look, and I was like, "Oh, I fucking know you," but we're in a grocery store, so I just kind of walked around.
Were
him.
you looking up to him like that?
Yeah, literally, it wasn't like that tall, but he's as tall as you are.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, but it's if I showed you his picture, you'd be like, "Oh, that guy." You know what?
I've seen Best in Show. I don't. I can't.
Best in Show. Parker Posey's husband. They both have braces. The busy bee. It's him. That's the gentleman, and I can't remember his name. But I ran into him physically, and that's
pretty good.
That's one I remember.
What were you buying?
Probably booze. Probably.
Were you
booze.
really?
Yeah, probably. I don't know, but I mean, why am I in a Jewel unless I'm probably getting alcohol on vacation? You know what I mean?
Was it Eugene Levy?
No, that's not. It's not the dad from American Pie, but thank you.
I think we know Eugene Levy's
Yeah, I would be
name.
able to
Thank
say
you
his
very
name, yeah.
much.
Michael Keenan.
No, maybe Michael Keenan. How about you pull up a picture for me, young Jamie?
Parker Posey.
No, not
wife.
Parker Posey. That's a
It's the-
woman. That's a woman.
I'm saying the wife of, or the husband of.
Yes.
John Michael Higgins. That's not him either.
Any hoozle.
Best in Show fans.
Oh,
furious right now.
Jesus, they're flipping out right now.
Dare you? The fucking movie was
Michael
perfect.
Hitchcock. Michael Hitchcock.
That's it.
That's it.
Improvisation that had not been seen on film of that time.
So now this time around, you're bringing up improv. So I'm just saying, maybe it's you who's trying to push us in that direction.
Yeah.
Why
That's
not?
been my agenda this whole time.
This isn't really a
celebrity sightings and improv.
getting me to admit all these,
I also got so the only other celebrity I've seen was also in LA. on the streets of Los Angeles with, I'll say the dirtiest air I've ever smelled in my life, but it was James Vanderbeek rolling up.
Yeah, absolutely. How was that?
It's okay. He seemed to be doing well.
Did you feel anything from him? Did you feel like you got anything from the experience?
Nah, his windows were a little tinted, so
Oh, so he was in a car?
yeah.
So are you sure it was him?
Yes.
In tinted windows?
Look, you don't spend 12 years of your life with a James Vanderbeek poster on your wall.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Question whether you've seen.
I just want to get all
The
the
Beak
facts straight,
himself.
James. I just want to get all the facts straight. You know, you're in LA. You want to see a celebrity, a
Oh,
guy that's
okay.
a pretty
Okay.
guy that vaguely looks like somebody.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, okay, let me just break this down for you. Jameses have an ability to sense and discuss other Jameses in a way that you will not, as a Matt, understand. We
I've
attend
never heard my
a
name
weekly meeting.
I've never heard my name said with such just flat disgust. Matt.
Matthew. Matt.
Clearly that thing that everybody steps on when they enter a house. A mat. You know. Sorry, King James, you know.
That sounded good.
Oh, well, you know.
I'll take that. I'll take a couple different versions of that.
James is very royal, you know.
I'm just gonna put right down here. Say name. Say name. It gets to Matt.
I honestly can't stand my name. I
Really?
was like a Rodrigo
Because
or an
it's common?
Emmanuel. Yeah, it's just like you know like 10 Matts.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, like there's just it's fine. It's what I am.
You don't have an easy last name to go by either.
Solers.
Yeah.
Actually, people used to call me Solers a lot.
Well, of course. It's like, Michaels aren't Mikes. They're Phillips or this or that,
Mikes or Phillips? I guess
Mike
they're last.
Phillips?
You
I don't
know,
know. Is
Mike
there a Mike
Phillips.
Phillips out
Mike
there?
Phillips. I just like that Philip is a name. It's not like a last name or
Mike
something.
Stevenson.
Stevenson.
Hey,
Yeah.
Stevenson. See, that too many syllables.
Right.
But people went with Solars?
Yeah,
They were
Solers.
cool with that?
Yeah, Solers. I don't care. I am not a person who cares about nicknames. At work, they call me Mateo. You know what I mean?
No shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Can I call you Mateo? Yeah, why not?
Is there a Matt that won? He got the name Matt and you're Mateo?
No, they're just all Mexican, and Mateo is the the way they say it, so they
Yeah.
just like calling me Mateo. You know, it's
Yeah.
like so yeah, fine, that's cool, no big deal. Call me what you want, baby.
I like Mateo.
Mateo's good, right? It sounds cool, and actually, the guy I work with ended up naming his son Mateo. So while I worked with him, so I'd always be like, so how's your son? You know, like
How's my son?
yeah, that's what I'd say. You know. Be like, I know the mom wanted to name it after the father, so
Ooh.
and it's
You heard it here, folks.
He'd be like, Marcos, he's a good guy.
How dare you impregnate my wife and provide me with my first child?
Right. It's good though, It's his first son. I gave him a son. That's what I say. Listen, I gave you a son, so don't be mad at me, okay?
Honestly, though, having the same name as someone close to someone else in their life, it definitely changes how they treat you.
I mean, you're a duplicate. You're not a unique individual. You're a duplicate.
You're at least a reverberation of the way
Which-
they view them.
Which Matt? Which Matt?
Well, it's like meeting someone with your mother's name.
Kim. That's weird. I've met Kims, and I'm like, you're nothing like my mother.
How dare you even have the same name as her? I bet you don't even know her favorite color.
Right? Your mom's name is really interesting. I've always enjoyed Holly.
Holly?
That name. I really have enjoyed that name. It's such like a...
Are they both? I would say Kim, Holly. They're both similarly common. Wouldn't you say?
similarly uncommon. I don't feel like I've heard many of those.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're maybe back in the day, I was weird aside, I was listening to a thing on NPR talking about Nigels and about how like the most English name is like Nigel.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't call anybody in England Nigels anymore. And like
See,
2016 there was 0 Nigels born.
Well, something can get so famous that you can't use it anymore.
Absolutely.
There's
a season for everything, right?
I don't know. I would like to see the stats on the name Donald. How that has changed over time in America.
I'm adjusting my mic. I'm not gonna let that lie. What do you think?
2014, lots of Donalds being born.
Well,
2017. Let's go with Matt. Let's name him Matt. Actually, let's just use Matt.
In that
He can go by his last name.
In the electoral map, all those red states, a lot of Donalds, a lot of Donnies.
Oh,
Donalds and
it can have that
Donalds,
effect, like
you
how
know what I mean?
everyone named their kid Daenerys or
Right, Khaleesi.
Yeah,
That's weird.
And then she killed a whole town.
yeah, that's terrible.
Right.
After all that,
After all that, you basically named your kid Hitler. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
At the
Well,
end of
I
the
mean-
day, it's like, oh, Miss Hitler.
I'd say Adolf is doing about just as well as Nigel at this point.
Real talk, if anybody listening to this names their kid Adolf, I will pay you $10. Real talk.
Wow.
Because that's bold.
First
That's bold.
sponsorship.
That's bold.
And it's us sponsoring an Adolf.
But I almost think
don't like
that
how
like
that sounds.
it's a dare. Like, you know what? Make your kid better. Take the name Adolf back. Like the next person who is actually, I do know an Adolf, and I shouldn't bring it up.
You just did.
Well, because you know,
Does he go by Adolf?
yes.
I'm waiting.
See, this is like why I'm I'm very conscious that this is like being recorded and everything, and I shouldn't be. I should just like let it fly. But Adolf has Down syndrome. He's an older man with Down syndrome.
Okay.
And so yes, so I don't know why, but
both
for
know
whatever reason,
Adolf.
the fact that he has
Relative.
Down syndrome,
A distant close relative.
Okay. Well, that gives you some.
that's a bit of an oxymoron, but yes. So he's familiar. I'm familiar with him.
Cool.
But it's almost like he's got the name Adolf. So God was like, yeah, let me just fix that and just kind of.
Did you find out how he got named Adolf?
No, didn't really get into that. Getting into that, not really. I could find out next time.
It's an interesting choice.
It is.
Were they
because,
trying to take it back, like you were saying?
Maybe.
Did they have that personality?
Maybe. No, not really. But maybe it's like Muhammad being a very popular name. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that done probably some not great things named Muhammad. Like maybe it's just culturally. I guess what I just said was probably pretty racist.
I don't even understand what you just
You
said.
took like a deep breath in. I don't know. I
all I'm
just
thinking is the
there's-
prophet and then the boxer. Those are the only two examples I can come up with.
Well, I just feel like I just said something real horrible and heinous. I'm trying to defend the name Adolf, and it just backfired. And it just.
I can't believe we
immensely-
got into murky waters talking about the name Adolf. That's crazy to me.
Right. I
It's
just
somehow
thought
that turned around on
wow,
us.
like
That was a problem.
right. God damn it. We can't. We're gonna have to cut this part out specifically.
Yeah, it's fine. I was thinking that around the Down syndrome thing. It's
Yeah,
like,
right. Well, it's gonna be this weird cut, and then
getting
it's gonna
scary.
cut back.
It's getting
right.
scary.
That's what I said. I knew
I
that
also
when
think that the camera died, so I think that's a good cutoff part.
Just now?
It's black. It's been black for a couple minutes, but we've been recording, so I don't know.
We'll try to turn that back on, and then we can pop the battery pack out and put a new one in there.
Yeah, I think it definitely died. Oh, it's
Is it a red battery? Flashing
generally
symbol.
technology has battery
is it good?
signifiers on it. So
recording now, but it turned off.
How many bars in the battery?
2.
Let's keep it
I think
rolling.
it just stopped recording.
I got 2 more.
So we're back and we've cut.
Natural.
we cut some stuff, and that's fine.
Not cutting a
You
second
don't
of
want to
that.
mention it. You want to just say that.
This is the best part.
I'm not cutting a second of that
the best
fucking
part.
horrible, heinous
This is
fucking
going,
racism.
This is going on Facebook Live right now.
Good lord.
We have 2 more batteries if need
We're
be.
streaming directly on Infowars.com.
And now I want to explain, try to you know what I mean? Like once you put your foot in your mouth and you're trying to explain it, but I'm really I have nobody that it's the same.
I mean, yeah, the prevailing strategy, it seems, nationally, is just to just go aggressive, deflect, double down.
Of course I said that heinous thing. But
Let me
it's
tell
in
you
my
something
rights-
else about Adolf.
Yeah. It's in my rights to say that thing. Didn't you know that? I could do this based on me being awesome or the president.
So we've clearly broken the no politics rule, which is fine. Although
probably
I would
cross
say
it.
we've been politics adjacent.
Yeah.
We haven't been.
We're not, no.
Hasn't been too over the top.
No.
This has been acceptable.
I mean,
Yeah, not bad.
I can get it bad. You guys want to get bad?
I'm sure you can.
Oh, God.
I'm
I
sure
don't
you can.
want to do that. When we start bringing in guests, when we bring in my grandpa, who is
Oh.
Alex Jones and Sean Hannity, if they had a baby.
Isn't Matt really fondling his mic? Are you afraid?
I
of
am.
I was
being
going to tell him to
picked up
stop,
like
but I
a
didn't want to talk.
motherfucker?
You keep hearing like this.
Do you?
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sorry.
touching it way
sorry.
too much.
Just adjust it and get it set.
I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
like a fidget thing.
If you want
It's okay.
a stress ball to squeeze, I can
I just
give
feel
you
like
one.
James has 2. attached to
I
his
do
body.
stuff like that. I play with pen caps.
I'll try to get it in a way that I just don't want to touch it anymore. Or I'll just touching something else. I'm a fidgeter.
Try it from the.
It's fine. Try the pen. Not
Try
the
try it
microphone.
from the arm. I want to see how it sounds.
So I'll just have to touch the arm.
Just don't touch the arm.
Just don't touch nothing. Just don't touch nothing.
Just don't touch anything about the arm. I want you to be able to touch it. I do, but that's
Not-
just
not
not
as
how
much.
technology works at this point.
Not as much.
Let's move on from this this audio chat.
touching mics.
This audio
I'm-
banter.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not doing audio's corner yet.
Not yet.
We still got some
Not
ways
quite
to go.
yet. So it's your weekend night. It's a Friday night. You don't work a traditional work schedule. You're not like a Monday through Friday guy, but you do have a day off tomorrow, Saturday.
Sure.
What would you normally be doing this time?
Porn. 6 to 7 hours of just hardcore porn.
Wow.
And it's like a lot of hours, so you're gonna break it up
It's a
with some
second shift.
different kind of feeling to it. Get some different categories in there. By that
don't know.
4th or 5th hour, regular shit's boring, so it's gonna get freaky.
I can see that.
But that's just regular Saturday for me. No big
So
deal.
are you only consuming porn on your days off or your nights off?
No. It's just many hours of it. Most nights it's like 2 to 3, but on Saturdays I could really just fucking crank that ham for like hours. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it sounds like you're doing work even in your off time.
Of course, you got to stay in
Cranking
shape.
anything.
You got to stay in shape. How do you stay
Cranking
in shape?
anything in life.
I'm not working out, so I got to just That's why. And then 8 hours, you're switching hands. You can't do it on that same hand. You know what I'm saying? So.
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, you never masturbate? Oh, James never.
I
masturbate.
masturbate. I
Heard it here first.
don't
first,
love
folks.
myself enough to spend 8 hours touching myself. I'll tell you that.
Well, no one's gonna love me for 8 hours, so I got to do it myself.
Ever since we brought up the microphone thing, I keep touching it more.
I
now.
know. Yeah,
It's
you
like
can't help it.
in
You're
my-
thinking
I got
about
a virus. I got a virus, and I can't stop.
Every
Just
time you
wanna-
do it, I'm like, boop, touching
I
it.
just want to adjust it so it's perfect. This is almost perfect.
But it's just like a thing. It's just like nice. It's just a thing to play with. Playing with.
And then you
I
get
just
off.
like playing with these big, black, thick
See,
microphones.
this is gonna be worse than the Adolf part.
Oh, I don't think so. I think that was pretty brutal. That comment. Again, so
time will tell.
like the woke comment. I'm gonna think about that for the next 7-8 years.
The
Excuse
original
me,
comment.
That's disgusting. Yes.
The original comment or the comment tonight based off of the original comment?
The comment tonight based off the
Mm.
original comment. The Adolf. Well, if Adolf is similar to that's I can't.
We're all just figuring it out. I don't know.
Planning on
are.
cutting it, you probably shouldn't repeat it, correct?
Well, I didn't repeat it. I kind of danced around it a little
That's
bit.
true. You did
so.
a little nice tap.
I don't
dance
cut
there.
things.
Yeah, so it's in there. I have a feeling it's in there. So.
This is practice.
James doesn't, but I'll cut the audio, so the video will just keep going with silence.
I'll
for a
be
while.
excited to listen to it after the fact, and be like, it sounds real shitty, But all these. Generally, if you're going to record hours and hours of content,
It's got to keep it moving.
you just gotta keep moving. You're
Yeah.
gonna say some shit that you don't really, don't think about it too much.
If you're,
right?
let's say, if you're building like a railroad, if someone says, "Hey, toss me that spike," and you're like, "Yeah, thanks." Wait, did you say steak or spike? No, you just keep moving. You don't like talk about the nomenclature. You just put it down.
Say thank you and you move on.
You just stab that thing in. Thanks, Adolf, and move on.
Stab that big black railroad spike.
Pause. So,
All right, James, what else you got?
Uh,
I like this dynamic already.
I know, I
where
think it's great.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I think it's great. I'm interviewing you a little bit more though.
yeah, totally.
For sure.
But I'm okay with that. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. I'm
I think you're comfortable. I'm trying to keep you comfortable.
Thank you.
Right?
I just feel like I'm a horrible sidekick. You can just ask me and I'll just talk about fucking whatever. But clearly I don't give a shit about James and going on in his life because I'm not asking you jack shit. I'm asking you about your dentist.
I know you're making these assumptions about me not masturbating too.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Just because I said I don't do it for 8 hours.
I just assume based on you being so tall and having a long penis that you don't need to do it for yourself. Someone's gonna just do that for you. You're just gonna walk down the street and people are like, "Oh, can I have a piece of that tall drink of water?" And you're like, "Of course you can, ladies." So that's what I'm assuming.
Of course, you.
Let me just pull this 10-inch donger out. Soft.
Let's see the permit. Let's see the permit for that thing.
Yeah.
I was trying to talk about nights off. What you do when you feel like your life is free.
I'm
Also,
sorry. Feeling like your
in
life
what
is free.
way-
I know not what that feels like anymore.
Well, you do have 2 kids,
I do.
2 children.
2.5 actually.
How is your attitude on a work night versus a weekend night?
About the same. I still do the same amount of hardcore drugs and alcohol that I would do on a weeknight as I would weekday.
Hardcore drugs,
Yeah.
hardcore porn, hardcore drugs.
You don't. I'm a hardcore dude.
This is I want to find out if you're talking about sex or love being a drug in the form of pornography, or if you're actually just talking about like methamphetamine.
Well, there is a serotonin release after you,
I know. I firmly believe that love or, affection can
people
be
get-
considered a drug.
people get addicted to love.
Causes a
Falling in love.
chemical cascade.
Absolutely.
People use people for that reason.
Absolutely. Next relationship. Oh, I fell out of love. Something was wrong. I want to feel that instant honeymoon feeling again. Bam. Next.
The puppy love phase.
It's fun.
That's
You
how
got to
it
get
goes.
past that.
That's how we're wired.
I had actually Randy and me were joking around and we were talking about it. She actually came up with the punchline to this joke, but it's like, most people say that like the key to a great relationship is being friends, right? You got to be friends with the person,
I've been told.
But I disagree. I think it's physical chemistry. You gotta fuck good, right? And I was gonna say, because I've been with my lady for like 10 years, and we're absolutely not friends anymore. You know what I mean? Like we're absolutely not friends anymore. No, I'm just kidding. But that's the joke, right? We're not friends anymore, but we're still together because obviously, sexual chemistry is there. 2 kids and.
I wish I could fully remember this. I have heard that there are like 3 things you can or generally have with a partner. One of them is physical. That lust you're mentioning. One of them is companionship or friendship. It's more of an understanding of each other's values. And then the third is maybe service or something.
Oh, interesting.
What you're able to bring to each other's lives.
Okay.
And usually there's only 2 out of 3 of those. This is not the right dynamic. Those are not the 3 things.
Well, she services me pretty good. Am I right, boys? I'm sorry. No, that makes sense though. It's like a give and take, like the give and take,
It's harder to take that seriously when you just tell me you watch porn for 8 hours every weekend.
See, this is really horrible because like I can't just like say a thing like that. James is gonna bring that up and be like, so you make it a fact, like it's a thing that I really do, I don't, guys. I don't.
I'll forget it.
I don't really. Like we
I'll
said, I
forget
have
it.
2 kids.
Hold up.
I don't
Let me
have the
write this
time.
down.
Just write it down.
Don't bring up porn binge.
Just don't bring it up often.
Just so
every
I write
other
down the right
episode.
thing. Did you say softcore or hardcore or medium core?
I think you know what I said.
No skin flick.
And if they wear a rubber, I turn it off right away. It's got to be raw
Please.
dogging it.
Are they shooting them in California? It's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Fucking-
It's ridiculous.
That's not real love, okay? That's not real love. I don't want to see real love in my porn. And honest to God, I don't want to talk about porn anymore.
Yeah, let's move on.
I regret mentioning it.
Yeah,
and now I can't stop saying it. Just like touching the mics, can't
I know.
stop it. Once
know.
you start doing it, it becomes like a
It's
tick.
so hard. It's so hard to do that. You brought up rubbers though, condoms.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, obviously I have
Rain
2 kids, so I
jacket
have
of
no
choice.
idea what those
yeah,
are.
what's a condom? I have no clue.
Never used those in my fucking life.
You look like a lifestyles guy. You're a lifestyles guy if I've ever seen one.
There was a girl I work with who was having a bit of a pregnancy scare, and she kept saying
Was she blaming lifestyles?
she was saying it was an oopsie. She's like, oh, and then we had a couple of oopsies, and I was like,
Nah, I don't know what that means.
how the fuck old are you? He came inside of you. Don't say oopsie.
An
He
oopsie?
fucking came inside of you.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't know, and I was
Also,
like,
a
well,
couple?
it's a couple. Yeah, they just had a baby.
No,
like,
a couple of oopsies?
Yeah,
like
right.
multiple oopsies? Not a couple, like the 2 of them.
like right. It's like, so he came inside of you multiple times because it feels good. It's not an oopsie. Like, oh, oopsie. You fucking know.
Yeah.
And just it sounds so childish. We had an oopsie. You guys are almost
Wait, is this
30.
post-child?
Yes. Yes.
You would think the branding on how you talk about that would be shored up a little bit more at that point.
I mean, it just felt very.
In my first child, Aaron, I'm oopsie. I mean, Sheila, you can't call your kid an oopsie. Not if they're like walking and breathing.
No, it's not.
I was also at my parents' wedding, so I'm not one to talk here.
That's fine. My kids will be at my wedding probably. Am I right?
To be determined.
Yeah. Well,
To be determined.
well, that'll never happen.
Hey, would now be a good time to plan your wedding?
Let's do it. Let's do it right now.
Did you decide the flower?
It's gonna be the corpse flower.
Corpse. Wow, it's expensive.
It is,
And
but it's
time-consuming.
I think it's gonna really set the mood for the whole
Corpse flower.
the whole thing.
Nothing says burgeoning love like a gigantic stinky flower that is destroyed upon blooming.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We gotta time it right. You know what I'm saying? That's why we haven't done. We gotta time it right. Make sure everything blooms when it's supposed to.
Who will be your wedding band?
It'll probably be gold, maybe silver.
Hilarious.
You see what I did with that?
Hilarious.
I see what you did with
This
that.
motherfucker. I was
see what you did
wondering.
with
I was
that.
thinking the same thing. I'm like getting
Mean-
platinum ready in my
mean-
mind.
yeah.
Platinum.
I'm gonna do it like Kai and just get like a fucking meteorite with like rosewood or something he's got on there. It's a beautiful ring, but I just like the idea that he's got like meteorite on his finger.
It's pretty hilarious.
Who you fucking Green Lantern? Get out of here with that shit.
I meant more performance band, but
I know what you meant, Austin.
oh, I think I was picking up that too.
Would you rather have a wedding ring that's made of a meteorite, which you clearly hate, or a piece of the Berlin Wall? Stay with me.
I think having a concrete hunk on my finger might not be like
You could
ideal.
shave it down.
I tell you what, I have no
You
attachment
know, if you have like a
to the Berlin Wall.
smoldering hot piece of rock.
I mean, I like the idea that it came from off planet more so than I like that it was like this like giant symbol of hatred between the Eastern and Western.
I know, but like East Germany, don't you think a meteorite is like pretty out of this world? Pretty out of this world.
I really enjoy that.
I'll give you
just,
two more options.
Okay,
Jesus
please,
Christ.
yeah, let's give me some more in this.
Obviously, this is not happening. Worst wedding planning ever so far. Would you rather have a wedding ring made of seashells? Yeah, I'm trying to make it a little bit more gentle for you.
Gentle,
Seashells or money?
How much money? Like
It's
one of
made
those
of 100
origami like dollar bills, because I might choose that.
Okay, I'm gonna make it very specific.
Please.
So you make 5 paper cranes with $100 bills. You grind those up in a coffee bean grinder, and then you use paper mache paste to form it into a ring. You're probably gonna have to make one every few years, but
Yeah, it's not really durable.
but is love durable?
Hopefully.
Actually, it's a 7-year itch, so we should make the ring last exactly 7 years.
Do I have to
Time to
continue
pony up for another $500.
Right. Do I have to pay that 500 every time the ring is made, or is somebody paying me the 500?
Who would be paying you for a stupid ass wedding ring like this?
I don't know. Whoever's making me choose between a fucking seashell ring and a goddamn origami.
I'll tell you what. I'll pay for the first one if you agree to pay for everyone after that.
No, I'm doing the seashell ring. I can't afford
Okay.
that. I can't afford it.
Okay.
I gotta put 2 kids through college or something.
Think about it like this though. Do you want your partner Randy to be wearing the seashell one or the origami one? 'Cause that's a pretty boss ass ring. $1
Yeah.
$100 bills. 2 origami.
I think she'd like the seashell ring more, honestly.
Okay.
She would.
Okay. Next, you're gonna be telling me you're getting married at the beach. That's where this is going.
I've been to a beach wedding. It was nice.
We were at that same beach wedding. That was fun.
I know.
That's fun.
We had a good time.
I feel like that beach wedding was actually the first time I feel like we hung out as adults.
Oh man, I feel
like
the same way.
older people.
We saw each other in a different light then.
Yeah, that's when I first started drinking. I was like 21 or something.
Yeah. I got so fucking high at that wedding. I had to go onto the beach and call Steven Saltarelli to give me a come down speech. because
No.
I was
Did you
so
really?
fucking high. Yeah. It was wild.
I've never had to do that. The fact that you knew how to do that and had a point person for that sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, he's my point person. Like, you know, it's
Damn.
well, you know, we've
guy.
we've had some hallucinogenic experiences.
Okay.
So, you know,
So
what I
he
mean?
was your babysitter previously or something.
I felt like he would understand my heart in that moment and calm me down.
Next, you're gonna tell me he's got like an online certificate in shamanism.
He is a registered minister. He is.
Is he really?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, he's an
That's
ordained minister.
basically a
He
shaman.
married somebody. He married a couple friends of ours. So
That's pretty cool.
you know, it's close to
I like
shamanism.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you remember what was in it? It turned off again.
It's just getting really low. It's starting to blink.
All right, they're on your left. They're the batteries.
Thanks, Austin.
You're gonna have to try to switch the battery without moving the camera. It's on the right hand side. You're right.
Let's watch some
Back to
Indiana
Steve.
Joneses.
You want to take a quick pee break as I switch out the batteries?
No.
Not really.
Do you need to?
Slightly.
Uh-oh.
You know, Jamie doesn't talk at all. You know that, right?
That's what I was thinking. I was knowing if I was like a scene.
Doesn't pee much either. Let me look up some
Jamie also doesn't
catheters on my
have
phone real quick. Hold on.
We're gonna get you a bucket
You
with a
can
mic.
you can just pull the. I would stop it and then just switch out the battery whenever you want. Back to the Steven thing. Do you remember what was in his come down speech?
No, there was a situation I was involved in that freaked me out, and I don't want to get into that. But
That's
it was
fine.
like a weird situation, and I was like, this is weird. And he was basically like, yeah, that's weird, right? But like, you're fine. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. You know, it just was like,
Just
you know,
acknowledging the weirdness.
yeah, that's
and
sometimes that's all you need.
that's important.
Somebody just to tell you, you're fine, dude. You've been in worse scrapes than this, right? You know.
I've commonly heard that if you're gonna freak out during a psychedelic trip, it's because you're denying the thing.
You know,
you're denying the message. You're not able to accept it.
Ironically, I've never, in any of my hallucinogens, I've never had a bad trip. It's only when I've smoked to the point where I'm so high that it's like, what? I had a particular moment where
You were drinking too. I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure.
We were drinking
Yeah, we were drinking pretty heavily.
Yeah. So that kind of fucks it up.
Well,
a little bit.
they cracked open that open bar, and then everyone went bananas. Remember, it was a paid bar, and then there was like, let's open it up. And
That was
then
like
the cheer.
The age where I was like, let's get a Manhattan, and then I'd snicker like, what the fuck is a Manhattan?
And yeah. Oh, but I still drink Manhattans. That was the joke. That was a joke with Manhattan, with bitters in it. Yeah.
Well,
What?
have you ever been able to return the favor for him?
Who? Oh
Steven.
yeah. I mean, we're just
Countless.
We're paying. I shouldn't say countless.
Get your fucking life together, Steven.
Just doing Molly
Countless
all the time.
times.
No. But
Bro, I'm fucking tripping again, man.
maybe not that.
I can't handle this shit.
Maybe not that specific.
What's the matter?
I have no idea how this works. I'm not a visual guy. I'm clearly an audio.
It's all right. I'm gonna just pop over there. Tell me about Steven.
You should probably help him out.
Tell me what's going on with Steven.
Just
You don't have to give me the contents of what happened. I want to hear though. Who has
like-
called who more? Have you called him more, or has he called you more?
Man, it's probably an even streak. I feel like I'm gonna blow all my really good stories now, but we did some acid in Thailand one time, and that was pretty intense situation. First time I'd ever done acid, and I was across the ocean, as far as I could possibly be from any sort of support.
Acid in Thailand.
And I did that with that guy, so he's kind of my
Austin.
partner in crime in a lot of ways for that kind of shit. So
Damn, dude, how'd you even get it?
he's a smart guy.
He must be
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
resourceful. What year we're talking? I want to know the year on every one of your stories.
This was
Pre-internet or
20
post-internet?
No, this was like 2014, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
So you can hop on like a international Craigslist and make that happen.
Yeah, but
That's what people do.
Yeah, I think he got it in there. I mean, it's just some thin pieces of paper, like a little bit of it. So you put that in a book that you're bringing with. It's not like it's smelly. You know what I'm saying? It's very casually traveling. You know, what I mean?
Gotcha.
You don't have to. It's not like pot where it's stinky. It's literally a piece of paper that you can have in stuff.
Say no more. He was on the TSA website on incognito mode.
Oh my God. But TSA, they're not looking for shit like that. They're looking for bombs. All those dogs aren't there
I
for.
don't think they're looking for
sniffing
anything.
you know what I mean?
I think they're cashing that check.
Yeah. Let's take more taxpayer dollars. Sorry, politics. Anyways,
I've actually went on some dates with a TSA agent.
how was that?
It was good.
She frisk you pretty good? Give you a pat down?
How was the cavity search?
Too easy. Yeah. She actually dug a deep well of sympathy for TSA agents in my mind. Just saying all the things you would assume if you actually thought through the situation. Like, yeah, everyone's just in a bad mood and like really stressed when they're traveling.
Yeah, I wonder why.
It's a hard environment.
Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah.
It's a hard environment.
I feel like it's like a German soldier at a death camp.
Nope.
You're just like
Not like that.
You're just like I'm just here working for this thing, and it's
I'm just
terrible.
doing my
and,
job?
I'm just doing my job here,
No.
and I got to touch your balls when you go through here, and I don't want to touch your balls, but I got to touch your balls. You know what?
She told me that they had to have certain hair colors. You can't just have whatever hair color you want. You had to have like blonde or
Almost like blonde hair and blue eyes. Just saying.
I didn't even make that connection.
Just saying.
God, it all makes sense.
I was
Tripping on acid in Thailand.
Going through TSA. I the last like 2 or 3 times I've been like severely frisked, where like they've rubbed the outside of my penis, and I'm looking at another person in line who's watching me get my penis rubbed by another man.
There's nothing sexual about that though.
Nothing sexual,
Yeah.
but it's like
It just goes to show.
it's pity and shame. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh God, like that person's looking at me like I'm sorry, and I'm like, I don't want to be in this situation. Like, how
I don't know
are
though.
you?
You're locking eyes with people. You could have been looking down at the ground like
I
a
could
normal
have,
person,
but
you're
again,
fucking being
that's shame,
confrontational.
right? I'm not gonna sit here.
Look at me getting my dick touched.
I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, I feel bad for this. More like, look at me, everybody. Look what's happening. Aren't you all disgusted with what's happening to me right now? That's my feeling.
You're making it political.
Always, I guess.
You got a whiz?
Oh, totally.
How much time has it been?
It's been an hour.
Let's just wrap it.
Is it how much? Like an hour? How long? Hour and.
Like 50 minutes. 50
Okay, that's not an hour, Austin.
It's like 10 minutes.
If you want to wrap
Less
it,
than
we
an
can
hour.
we can
60 minutes.
we
You guys
can.
keep going. I'll be right back. Unless it's all locked up.
It's not. Go whiz. We'll talk about it when you're gone.
Talk about me as I'm leaving.
You're gonna be thinking about us when you're in there touching your dick, though. We're doing nothing but dick touching.
Dick touching
talk right now.
Oh God, we really need to get it.
Oh,
What are you doing, bud?
Acrobat.
Austin just tried to sidestep an LCD TV and just landed on it.
Shockingly landed on it.
I don't know why it's there, actually. It's kind of a poor place for it on the ground.
So when we wall mount it so we can reflect on it later on in the
It's
next
pretty-
evolution
I
of
want
this.
I want to dig deeper with this Thailand story. I mean, it's hard to let
but
that
I don't
go
want
by.
to. You know what? I don't want to blow all my good stories in the
Fuck
first
that.
one. I don't want to blow
Fuck
my
that.
first.
Why not?
Because like
It'll be part of the canon.
4 or
I'll
5
come back
weeks
to it.
from
I'll
now.
keep asking you different questions.
we'll just constantly refer to it.
Well, now I can like start talking to you about skiing because I know you've been skiing.
Skiing and yeah, right. Oh man, I don't like how this has become very not necessarily about me, but I feel like I'm talking a lot about myself.
I ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, but
I'll take some responsibility.
I tell you what, I like that though. I do like talking about myself. I won't lie.
I think there kind of has to be some sort of balance of someone who's driving it in a certain direction, someone who's taking it in a certain direction.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I just need to not be so self-conscious about it and just accept it.
Yeah, that would help. That would help for sure. For sure. It's not bothering me. I mean,
Okay.
I'm entertained
Good.
and I'm enjoying this. I don't have an acid story
You
in
know,
another country.
do you have you done much hallucination? I know you've done, ayahuasca and all that.
Yeah, I have. I've taken mushrooms too. I've taken the analog of the two. Mushrooms to the digital acid.
How do you feel about that?
Great. I've had only good experiences.
Same.
I haven't gone too hard on it. Some people have like heroic, massive doses, whatever. But I've stayed pretty safe with it. Also, I've not had a bad trip, like you're saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Probably depends on how much you're doing, how many times you do it, state of mind, setting,
Absolutely.
all that. I've tried to stay pretty safe with it. I have not done it in a foreign country outside of the ayahuasca, but even then, that was a prepackaged or thought out experience.
Right. The only high dose of anything I've ever done was Molly, and I did it probably more than I should have. But I was with someone who was like experienced in doing it, and I was like, well, I can match with this guy. And it wasn't like I couldn't, but it was a very intense kind of experience.
That's not what I've done. I have tried. I do find it compelling though. Like they use that for post-traumatic stress
Absolutely.
trials, and it's supposed to help you be more honest, right? Objective,
You were very honest.
which
and-
is kind of the thing I love most about psychedelics.
Absolutely. You separate from ego. You don't feel like you need to make up things or cover for anything. You just are. And that's... here we go, guys. DMT, man. Never done that. Really want to try that. You know, 15 minutes. I want to see if I can talk to the people. You know what I mean?
You want to smoke DMT?
Yeah.
Because ayahuasca is DMT.
Yes, right.
But it's
right,
like 5
I want
hours
to
or
smoke the... You know what I mean? Right. I would do 5 hours, but I think the intensity of the 15 minutes would be... You can turn that off in 15 minutes.
I just heard they have DMT vape pens
Could you
with
imagine
DMT.
that?
Isn't that insane?
That is insane to me.
God bless America.
Right. We're at
I don't know if
that
that was invented in America, but I'm taking credit for it. I don't give a fuck.
I just assumed.
I will 100%. That's probably why people are having those lung diseases with vapes right now.
I think there's a lot of reasons for
Put a
that.
little
I think
DMT in there.
that's a whole other thing, but I think it's funny that we're like 19 people have died for vaping related illnesses. Let's tally up all the tobacco deaths in that time. Let's
Do you know 'em?
Yeah, fuck no, but
I
I'm
have
sure.
a guess. I feel like I saw the headline or
Go
something.
ahead. What was it?
Could it be 480,000
I believe so.
a year?
Yeah, it's something ridiculous, right? But like 19 vape deaths. I just think, and I'm sure many people have said it.
It's not the 19.
It's 19 today. Yeah, somebody in
Is it really?
Connecticut died. Somebody in Connecticut died. First vaping related illness. They died.
Testing for coke though. I want to see what else is going
What
on
others
there.
in these people's body? I just think it's funny if the vaping industry had a better PR team, they would be in a much better spot, right? A much better spot. If they had the ability to spend as much money lobbying as the tobacco industry,
Sure.
So now just wait.
Well, regulation too, like regulating
Sure.
the industry, keeping it safe. In that
I would
way.
absolutely be for some regulation, but just get ready for 4 or 5 years from now when William Morris comes out with their, regulated vape flavored cigarettes. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't Altria buy like a cannabis company or get a major stake in one?
Yeah, I heard about that
Come
recently.
on.
Right.
Come on. Plus, I'd like to see everyone's equity portfolios, who are on those board of directors.
Absolutely.
Those motherfuckers are hedging their bets. Don't act like they're not.
Absolutely.
For instance, my stock portfolio is actually mostly alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Those three.
It's the ATF fund.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually it's my own fund that I set up. I don't know anything about those
cash, and you just use it to buy your illicit fucking drugs and firearms.
three. Never drank, never used tobacco, never used a firearm. It's false for all three of those, but
There's
definitely no
been
pro.
times you've done all of them at the
But
same
I'm
time.
like, you know what? I'm gonna put some money on this. I'm gonna put some major money on this.
Invest.
If you had to own one of those three, what would it be?
Like own completely? What do you mean?
Booze, tobacco, or firearms. If you had to buy stocks in like Smith and Wesson, Marlboro.
Either booze or firearms. And if it was booze, I would buy a huge stake in the hard seltzer industry right now.
Oh God, I know.
Huge
I
stake
did.
in the hard seltzer
I wish
industry.
I did. Do you know who owns White Claw?
I don't.
Mike's Hard.
Do they really?
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Of course they do.
Those motherfuckers must have had their finger on the seltzer pulse.
Oh my
for
God.
years.
They're like, why don't we just fucking put a little booze in it? And that's like, oh man, LaCroix's selling like gangbusters. Just put a little booze in it. I mean, that's
pretty crazy.
That's
Took
the
that
idea
long.
for Mike's Hard Lemonade, right? Let's just put a little booze in it, right? So
It's that with everything. Have you had Four Loko?
I have had Four Loko in the past. Yeah.
What are your feelings?
It's fine. It's cool, I guess. Doesn't
Actually,
really-
you drank coffee and whiskey tonight.
I did. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Old school Four Loko.
Yeah. The original Four Loko. It's really good.
I think you need some carbonation in there to distract you. Otherwise, you're like very aware of what you're doing. Carbonation, it seems like, oh, this is a nice little effervescent, enjoyable treat.
Right. Little bit of the bubbly.
Just a little bit of the bubbly.
I did enjoy the coffee and it tastes like Bailey's. A little French vanilla. No problem. No problem.
I would totally be with you though in terms of investing in those seltzers.
I mean,
It's the place to be.
they're saying how they're running out of White Claw. Like they're not producing enough of White
Just
Claw.
like they're running out of that Popeye sandwich. Bullshit.
I heard that they said that if you bring your bun, they'll make you the sandwich, but they
Fuck
have no
you.
buns.
Are you? They're saying that's the limiting agent.
That's what I've heard. That
Please,
there's some
give me a
bun
break.
issues.
I did go to Popeyes with coworkers like 3 weeks ago because a couple people hadn't been to Popeyes, which is ridiculous. But we wanted to get the sandwich. It was sold out. But the thing that makes me convinced it's total horseshit is they had like custom posters, like sold out, custom stickers that they had put over the posters, like try next week.
It's
try
almost
this
like it's
time.
heightening anticipation for the next
Give me a
release.
break. Give me a break. Now they're running out of White Claw.
Mm-hmm. That's
Jesus
it though.
Christ! I got a bridge to sell you.
Yeah, you create a what is it? A supply
Demand?
shortage, and then there's a higher demand, right?
Yeah. Artificially lowering the supply.
Absolutely. I mean, it gets like, oh my God, I can't believe Popeye sold that. I gotta try it.
They're probably going to be doing the same thing with the DMT vape pen soon,
we're out of them.
It's really hard to get a DMT
we're out
vape
of them,
pen.
man.
Fucking bullshit.
I gotta get 5 now for next times.
Do you like Popeyes?
Of course.
What do you get?
Get the tenders.
3 or 5 piece? 7 piece? Maybe. I'm assuming not 7.
I get a 5-piece.
Okay.
I get a 5-piece of the 10-piece.
You don't strike me as a spicy guy because you have Crohn's disease.
No, I don't.
Can I say that?
I guess you did. It's out there now, so cool. Sickly
Sorry.
Matt and his sickness.
We already mentioned your mother's name. Your
But my
basic
medical
wife's name.
condition, there's some HIPAA things going on here that I do not feel comfortable about.
We can cut that out, actually.
It's too late. Yes.
We can cut that out. There's only so many things
Hoozle.
that would stop you.
They're
You can disclose any of my illnesses.
yeah, his horsecock takes too much blood from his brain sometimes. So yeah, it's a real horrible, debilitating thing you got, James.
No, I'll
Feel so sorry for you.
No, let me mention my biggest illness. Ready? Mental.
Too cool.
Yep. Mental.
Yeah, it really shows, right? Like someone like, oh, it's just in my head. Yeah, cool. All right, fine, dude.
God, does my voice sound like that? Because my cans are...
From now on, when I talk, this is gonna be James's voice. So it's me, James. I just got some mental problems.
Yeah, there's something about my brain that makes me go no.
Brain. It's all in my brain. No, you know what though? Like I'm shitting on that, but that's I think that's a real problem is people not taking seriously that kind of shit in general. You know what I mean? The idea
Mental
that like,
illness.
oh hey, it's just in my head. It's nothing, But that's some serious shit.
Oh, for sure. No, for
Seriously.
sure. That's like the next thing. We're people say, oh, standing or sitting is the new smoking. It's really like, mental illness is the new smoking. That's what's coming next.
As we get farther along, we find the real problems and where the real problems are. And the real problems are generally deep in our brains and our subconscious, right?
Yeah. Well, they're just harder to deal with. We're still dumb.
Can't cut that up with a knife,
No, not as easy. First plane.
That's cool.
Is it the first plane?
I think so. I haven't heard
Like
one.
a car ripping by. That was
Yeah,
that
it
was
did.
really
Like
fast.
a real fast car.
Yeah. Probably a Boeing plane.
Just crashes right through the garage.
Oh, don't even jinx it. We spent so much time in there.
Yeah, we'll see.
I like that you're not worried about our lives. You're more worried about
Who's the garage?
just equipment.
You're revealing what kind of room we're in? This is a studio, man.
You couldn't tell based on the
Hell no.
the
Not with the camera
architecture.
angle I set up.
Sure.
I should have put like a water fountain or something behind it so I confuse the eye.
Yeah, right.
Like, what,
Just
are they in a public school?
A green screen, you know?
I do want to do that. I do have a green screen.
We could do that.
We could do that. That'll be a different series.
That would, you know.
It'd be a whole nother thing.
That'd be fun. Well, that's the improv. We could do accents and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are in lovely. I don't know what accent this is. I don't
It's
know.
not
what
a good one.
No, it's a bad one. It's a bad one.
It's okay.
It's all right.
I don't have time for making up good ones. Right
We had we had to do something to top the alcohol, tobacco, and firearm threshold that we already crossed.
Yeah, I mean, you know, green screen in it.
I will say it's been fantastic to be able to talk to you on your night off.
Hey, thanks.
Seeing
I'm
you loosey goosey.
super glad. This is a real good time.
It is.
I feel like we could keep. We could.
We hit the hour now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We gotta be at 60.
By far.
Tell us.
Yeah.
Tell me.
What's the time, Austin? What's the time?
Already changed the camera battery. We've taken one piss.
71:15.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll cut out 10 minutes of my worst jokes, and then we'll move.
Oh
on.
yeah, 10 minutes of your worst jokes, or how about
or the only 10 minutes of me talking?
uh,
And we'll just make it just you.
How dare you, James? How dare you?
But really, excellent.
This has been a beautiful give and take, and you
Excellent.
will not ruin this for me, Jamothy.
I will not. I will not.
Thank you.
I will not.
Get the rage in me. But I really appreciate all of this.
Absolutely.
Both of you for setting this up, and I really think this is gonna be a regular
Shout out
thing.
Austin.
I mean, you know, we just come in. We can do this quick. Just come in quick, do an hour. You know, get in and get out.
Just reveal
Real personal
some-
shit. Some real personal shit, and then you know.
I want to see. I actually do want to keep talking to the point where you feel like you have no stories left. These stories you're afraid of giving up. I want to
man.
exhaust your canon.
It's not gonna take long. It's like I got maybe like 4 hours of stories, and then that's gonna be it. It's gonna be it.
You got to live a life worth commenting on. It might push you to like go to Thailand again.
Well, it's just gonna make me dig deeper into all of the
Hell
stories
yeah.
that I have.
hell yeah.
But then at that point, we're gonna need to go for your stories.
I got some stories.
I assume.
Actually, singular would be one. I have some story. I have a story. Wait, I mentioned the Ebert thing, didn't I?
Jesus Christ,
Damn
dude.
it.
There's more. Fuck you. There's more. You come on. There's more.
Seeing Ebert at a Barnes & Noble in Skokie.
That can't be a highlight. That can't be the highlight. Right.
Honestly, it was on my top 5 that year.
See, it's funny because he's acting like, you know, me doing drugs. You did drugs in Peru, so it's not like it's
Peru?
Peru.
Yeah. Drug. It was ayahuasca. It was one time.
Drugs, cocaine, fucking all that shit. Don't fucking lie. What do they got?
Drank a lot of pisco sours. Alcohol, also another drug. People
Yeah.
People never say alcohol's a drug. People get mad when you say alcohol's a drug, but that's a hardcore drug.
That is absolutely a
It'll
drug.
fucking kill you.
Easy kill you.
Insert fact about how you can die off of alcohol withdrawal and not heroin here.
Wow. That's you get the shakes and all that shit. But just think about like you could literally overdose on alcohol, right? Like just keep drinking. You could drink yourself to death in a sitting, right? Like drink an entire bottle. You're
You
dead.
brought enough Koval to make that happen tonight.
I didn't bring that much Koval. We can handle that.
It would kill me, maybe.
Okay.
It might. I don't know about you.
I got a little bit of a problem, so probably not me. But
Koval, if you want to send some cases to us,
please, I'd love to tour your facility
you
and
can
get a
reach
free
me
shirt.
at 1216 West Arthington.
I did
I don't
think
know.
at a certain
That's not
point,
where I live.
if we keep doing
Sorry,
this,
whoever lives there.
we should get an email address and have people like send
Shit.
us in some stuff, right?
Come on.
Like, hey, if you wanna just email us, give us some questions, comments.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing I want in life is to have more emails to open.
Fine, yeah. Mr.
I
Popular
don't know,
James.
send us some chain mail or some sort of anecdotes or maybe some articles.
Comments, questions, concerns. You know, we don't have all
Stick 'em
stock
up your ass.
portfolios
I don't
that
give a
have,
shit about you.
yeah. Oh, wow. I want viewer engagement. James just wants to shit on our viewers.
You want to
That's
send
what
me
we feel like
something?
that.
Put it in the mail.
Money. Give me
Snail
money.
mail.
Snail
Nah.
mail. Yeah.
Nah, if you're gonna send something to the snail mail, send some money orders.
We talked about the instant gratification culture, so I need my instant email gratification.
Okay. We'll have the email account go to you and the snail account go to me.
I'm gonna forward it to you. Yeah.
You could do
P.O.
that.
box over there. This guy's got a fucking P.O. box.
Do you think you even have my email?
James S. Groton at gmail.com?
You're not that far.
Yeah.
But it's not going to go to me. I'll put it that way. Did you know that if you put might sound ridiculous of me. I don't care.
It is. It's all right. I can tell. It's
When
gonna
you
be.
put periods in an email, it does nothing. It just sends it to the person without the periods. So I have a very common email. I got my email address a long time ago. I got my Gmail 17 years ago when it was beta. And so I have like a very, very common email that people would use if they're setting up very simple emails. Anyway, I
Hence
get
the reason why
emails
he doesn't
all
wanna announce
the
it.
time
Yeah.
from all these motherfuckers who like write James period whatever period, you know. Anyway, I just gave my email address
James
out, so I think
Smith
we're even.
at gmail.com. James.Smith at gmail.com. Is that really your email? James.Smith at gmail.com.
Well, it's not with the period. The periods don't matter. That's
So
what
it's
I'm
just
pointing
James
out.
Smith at gmail.com. Jesus fuck, dude. That's intense.
Nah, that's not it. That's too difficult. Again, I got it a long time ago, so I'm not even having to type everything out.
My email is so easy. It's literally my first name at Steve's website. Steve Steltrelli had
You
a
have a
website.
custom domain?
He does, and I use it for my email, and that's it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Matt at falcon11.com.
Well, here comes your email.
That's it. That's it. It's already full.
Falcon 11?
Falcon 11.
Numeric 11 or written out?
Numeric 11. Yeah. It's the production company. that he
Falcon
used
was
to do.
taken?
Yeah, just Falcon. No, Falcon. I can't remember what the story was, but that was the name of like his production company that we had in like high school and college. He had, and that I participated in.
I had one called 56 Fun Time.
56 Fun Time.
Yeah. 55 Fun Time was taken.
Only so many fun times, I guess.
There are so many Falcons as well. I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Great work.
Swell. I can't wait to.
Let's do another one immediately and just redo all our jokes, the ones that didn't take off.
Oh my God.
Or no,
Please.
the next one can just be excuses for what went wrong.
Previous
in the first
jokes.
one.
Yeah. You know what? When I originally thought of this, I thought the first episode should be like why this podcast is immediately going to be a failure.
You mentioned that.
You know, like
Yeah.
why this is immediately going to shit the bed.
But you know,
You don't want to lead with our faults.
you
I know.
don't want to lead with
I
that,
know.
and also
I
just
know.
you know, anything that's like so self-referential or making
Defacing.
excuses. Yeah.
You're not an excuse guy.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily. I make excuses. We all do that.
That's an excuse right there. You hear that? I don't make excuses. I just make excuses. Got him. All right, James.
You can reach me at james@falcon11.com.
Beautiful.
.com.
So yeah, thanks, James.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
Austin.
you, Matt. Thanks, Austin. Peace. Is the camera still rolling? Nice. We can keep that on and just.
Take our pants off, or no?
There was talk of help shooting someone's butthole with something.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let me show you how to take a good
I got good duct tape in here. Actually,
butthole
let me go
pic.
grab
Yeah,
that.
sweet. All right.
Shit fee.